Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rock and Roll Swat coming at you with a weekly TV roundup. We're going to start off with last week's episode of Arrow. Opens with Diggle and Lila's wedding, which Ray ends up officiating as their minister of choice was called away unexpectedly. During the reception, Team Arrow was informed of the criminals that were killed by Raish under the guise of being the Arrow at the end of the previous episode. Ollie insists that Diggle and Lila go on their honeymoon. However, the couple finds Deadshot waiting for them in their limo as Task Force X has been called into action in Cosnia. The roster consisting of Diggle, who volunteers to go, Lila, Deadshot, and Cupid. In Starling, Ollie goes after Raish and the League. Ray arrives at the scene of the League's most recent attempt to frame Ollie and figures out, with the help of the Atom suit, that Ollie is the Arrow. In Cosnia, Task Force X reaches their objective, only for the senator they've been sent to rescue to betray them, as the entire situation was to be used to make the senator a shoo-in for president. Back in Starling, Ray has a talk. Well, Ray talks first with Felicity about Ollie being the Arrow, then talks with Ollie himself. Later on, Ray fakes a 911 call to draw out Ollie, leading to a fight between the two, which Ollie quickly wins, and then he spares Ray, causing Ray to change his mind about who Ollie is. In Cosnia, Task Force X manages to save the hostages that the senator and his hired goons took, however, at the cost of Deadshot. Back in Starling, Lila resigns from Argus. Ray tells the mayor that the Arrow is being framed just before she is killed by an arrow through the heart fired by Maceo. Also, Deadshot is honored in a toast by Diggle and Ollie. Flashbacks episodes show Deadshot's origins as a soldier returning from the war and dealing with post-traumatic stress syndrome, and ending up hired by the Hive to kill Diggle's brother Andy. Moving on to this week's episode of The Flash. Opens with the fight between Barry and Reverse Flash that killed Barry's mother from their perspective, meaning we actually see the what's going on with the speedsters as opposed to just lighting. Cut to the present, where Barry and Joe go over what they know about Wells/Thawne. While outside, explosives are dropped onto a park. A man calling himself the Trickster takes credit. Joe tells the Star Labs crew about the original Trickster, a man named James Jesse, who is currently serving multiple life sentences in Iron Heights. Barry and Joe go to talk to the original Trickster, who isn't too happy that someone is stealing his name and gadgets. He suggests they check out his lair, and so Barry and Joe check it out, and Barry saves Joe from a booby-trapped door. Further talk with James Jesse reveals that the new Trickster has stolen a very large bomb from the hideout. When asked how big the bomb is, James Jesse simply says, "Bye-bye Starling," or "Bye-bye Central City." Meanwhile, Iris unsuccessfully attempts to enlist Eddie's help, and then Barry's as the Flash, to find her missing coworker, who was killed by Reverse Flash in the last episode. The new Trickster claims to have set a bomb in the city, the bomb that he stole from the hideout, though this proves to be a ruse to break James Jesse out of Iron Heights. The Tricksters also take Barry's dad hostage as they escape. At the hideout of the Tricksters, it is revealed that Axel Walker, the new Trickster, is in fact the son of James Jesse, and in a rather amusing manner considering the fact that Mark Hamill was playing James Jesse, reprising the role basically for the third time in just as many iterations. At a fundraiser for the mayor, the Tricksters poison the attendees, including Iris, and strap a bomb to Barry's wrist, which will explode should he drop below 600 miles per hour. Wells slash Thawne tells Barry how to vibrate through objects, which will, and does, in fact, cause the bomb to be left behind as he phases through a tanker trailer, and then explodes. The bomb, not the trailer. Shortly afterwards, Barry inoculates all of the attendees of the fundraiser with the antidote, and then manages to save his father, whom he truly reveals his secret identity to. Back at the police department, Barry and Joe let Eddie in on Barry's secret and come up with a story about Iris' co-worker, so she will stop looking into his disappearance. The three then begin to discuss Wells slash Thawne. Flashbacks. Reverse Flash takes off his mask after the death of Nora Allen. It reveals himself to not be Harrison Wells, but it turns out he has lost his powers. He stalks Harrison Wells, causes the accident which kills Wells' fiancée, and then kills Wells and takes his appearance. Moving on to this week's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Opens with a flashback to the day S.H.I.E.L.D. fell. Bobby and Isabel Hartley save Mac from Hydra aboard a S.H.I.E.L.D. aircraft carrier. Further flashbacks also reveal that Gonzalez was the commander and that while Bobby was tasked with destroying the carrier by Fury, they opted instead to simply get rid of Hydra aboard and keep it. In the present, Bobby tries to take responsibility for Hunter's disappearance. While Skye and Simmons share a video call, Coulson then calls out Mac on his allegiances, while Bobby steals the toolbox from Coulson's office. May and Bobby have a brief fight before Bobby sets off a low-yield EMP, which allows her and Mac to at least try to escape. At the retreat, Skye discovers a rather hulking fist imprint hidden behind a wall panel before Gordon arrives and has a chat with her about the changes she's going through, and then offers to take her somewhere where she can learn about her powers in a friendlier setting. But he then leaves as well. But he leaves by himself, I should add. Simmons manages to take down Bobby, however Mac saves Fitz from an exploding wall as the quote-unquote real S.H.I.E.L.D. takes over the base. Bobby volunteers to join the mission to retrieve Skye from the retreat. Skye discovers a new use of her abilities, which involves manipulation of water, and is soon called by May, the only member of Coulson's team to evade capture, who tells her she must leave the retreat just before the lights are cut off. Coulson and Gonzalez compare notes on each other and what S.H.I.E.L.D. is before May takes down Gonzalez and his guards and also gets Coulson out of the base. Bobby and Agent Calderon, one of Gonzalez's men, catch up with Skye, though Calderon opts to use lethal force, causing Skye to destroy the woods around them. When a piece of wood stabs Calderon in the chest, Skye calls out to Gordon for help. Gordon then promptly shows up and teleports himself and Skye away. At the end of the episode, Hunter catches up with Coulson in a tropical location, possibly Tahiti, and officially signs on with S.H.I.E.L.D. Moving on to this week's episode of Scorpion. Opens with Happy being stood up by Toby, who slept through their date. The next morning, Toby tries unsuccessfully to apologize before the team gets a new job, helping with the protection of a witness against the drug cartel. As the witness is taken to court, the cartel attacks, separating Walter from the rest of the team briefly. Once Walter and the witness are reunited with the team, they trade the SUV from Homeland for a van in an effort to stay under the radar. The cartel's leader catches up with the team at a gas station, leading to a shootout between Cave and the cartel leader, which is interrupted by the van smashing through a wall, enabling the team to escape. The witness points the team in the direction of someone who owes the cartel $250,000 and has cars that can outperform the van that they have gotten a hold of. The cartel leader arrives, and his associate takes remote control of the vehicle the team appropriated. However, the team is able to get rid of the vehicle's built-in computer, and then they use the vehicle to lead the cartel leader to a sheriff's roadblock where the cartel leader is arrested, and also it turns out that books have been the would-be, well, the cartel leader is also arrested on account of the fact that the witness has given, has basically made books to say, here's where their money went, which was why she was arrested in the first place. And that is it for this week's TV Roundup. We'll be back on Saturday with a regular video, and then next Wednesday with another TV Roundup. Or possibly next Thursday. Probably next Wednesday. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Links to Twitter and Facebook are down below. As I said, signing off. Live long, rock hard.